Serious question.
What is it?
Is Mike Huckabee as sexy in person as he looks on TV?
That is a really odd question to ask.
I'll tell you what he is. He is as lovely as he is. I mean, like, what you see is what you get. He really is a dear, dear man.
So dear. I mean, you just can't help but hug him.
He far exceeded my expectations. I mean, he's probably even dearer.
He's the dearest.
Yeah. But he is. He's very lovely, you know?
You said Mock waved at somebody with no arms and legs?
I did. Can you give him the context for that?
It wasn't like a stand-up Chuck moment. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't.
It was that guy, that motivational speaker, Nick Vujicic. I can't remember how to pronounce his name exactly. He was amazing.
He was awesome.
And so we didn't get to meet him necessarily, but we were backstage, and then he did his segment, and then he was being pushed out in his wheelchair by, people. And so he turned to look at us, and I waved at him because I was trying to be quiet.
Yeah,
because there were things in progress. We were backstage.
We were literally backstage. I mean, and we couldn't even walk very heavy back there because our heels were very loud, so we had to be very quiet. And it's hard for us to be quiet, Rob, as you know. And so she was waving like maniacally at him. She was like, "Oh my God, hi. You know how Mock is. She's like, hi. And I smiled at him, did my little smile and wink thing at him, and he nodded at us and smiled.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
God, he's so cute. So, I mean, I wasn't doing anything dumb. I was being polite.
Yeah, it's not like she said stand up Chuck.
Right. I didn't reach out a hand to shake it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't dumb about it.
But if given the opportunity, she probably would have gone over there and hugged him.
Oh, I totally would have.
She would have.
She
would have asked permission like she did with Huckabee. But she would have, if she could have done that, she would have. We just didn't have the opportunity.
And you said they're very permission-oriented, in order to touch you in any way, shape, or form.
Well, we did that first. I mean, Mock went in there, and she always is the first one to do this. She's like, hi, I'm a hugger. Hi. She does that. And then once she opens the door, they either shut her and us down, or they're like, okay, we're open to that too. And
I can't remember the last time we were shot down.
Well, I mean, Mike Pence.
Well, okay, Mike Pence. Yeah,
there are people who do shoot you down.
That's true.
And Mother did not approve of your behavior with the now vice president.
I mean, there are people. Yeah, there are people who would look at her like, you are insane. And she may not recognize it, but I do. And so and I'm just like, I'm sorry. But with this crew, everybody's so sweet. It's like one big family. They really are his staff is like a big family, and you can tell that they are. It's like it's a big machine of awesome. And so she said that when she walked in, she was like, hi, I'm a hugger. And Mike Huckabee was like, oh my gosh, so am I. And so they hugged. And so everybody, and I was like, okay, I'll hug too. And so we all hugged. And his staff was like that too. So his staff, you could tell, was very warm. And they were like, oh, cool. These chicks are huggers. All right, cool. They're not going to sue us for harassment if we're nice and warm to them. And so everybody was warm and friendly and awesome. And it was great. It was like being on a set as I assume it would be like 20 years ago when everybody was normal.
Yeah.
It
was the greatest.
We've
really never had a better TV experience than that one.
Yeah, it was great.
Better than Don Lemon?
Oh my God. We even said in our Facebook Live this morning that CNN was the worst.
Although Don Lemon was very nice to us.
He was. Don Lemon was nice. He himself was nice, but he also had a cold that night, so maybe his guard was down.
True.
And he wasn't as rabid, it wasn't as rabid in 2014. Was it 2014 that we did that interview?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the atmosphere, the environment was not as crazy in 2014. Yeah. So he wasn't as hateful then. I think if he interviewed us today, he probably would not be as nice.
That's probably right.
Speaking of your Facebook videos, we should promote those. You guys do those every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah, you do people can see you. And they're very powerful because I jokingly, on Thursday, told everybody to friend request me. I got over 100 friend requests.
Oh my God.
You gotta be kidding.
No,
seriously?
That's amazing.
And people were like, you really do accept everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, this Facebook account serves all.
You really are not at all. Like, you're not
shy.
You're not
shy at all.
You're not picky with your friends.
As long as you are a real person and your profile is not in Arabic, you're in.
Yeah.
Wait, can we go back to the Huckabee really fast?
It's your show.
I just want to point out that it hasn't aired yet. So for people who are looking to watch it or who feel like they missed it, don't worry, you haven't. It's not going to air until probably the week of like August 15th-ish. And we'll get an exact date about a week before, and then we'll alert everybody to when to watch.
And Rob's like, what did you talk about? And I'm like, I don't know. I have
no clue.
No idea what we talked about. No recollection of what we said. So I'm just hoping.
I know that there was a point where you said something about us being young or people being young or young women. And I was like, ha, you called us young.
And I was like, I did. And I do remember that. And then we had a conversation amongst ourselves and completely cut Huckabee out. I do remember that. So that was inappropriate. So we were inappropriate.
As usual.
Yeah. I do remember being inappropriate at some point. And I remember being a little distracted because there was a big audience. And so I kept looking over at the audience, and I don't think I was supposed to do that. So I think we were just inappropriate.
Was Mock waving to the audience?
I did.
She waved all the time.
I didn't wave all the time.
She waved like 3 times.
I waved 3 times.
She was like Forrest Gump waving at the audience. She was like, hi, hi. She was doing that a lot. So we are not meant for TV.
Totally
We're
not.
just not meant for
Oh my
TV
God.
in so many ways. Like, first of all, we can't deal with all the makeup because there's so much makeup. I don't know how those chicks do it every day.
Every day.
Oh,
Can you
God,
imagine?
I just can't imagine spending all that time in makeup and then wearing it. It's just gross.
Yeah, because you get into the shower after, and it's literally like a mud trail.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It's
so gross. All the makeup those chicks wear is just so gross. And then on top of that, it's just getting on that stage and all the lights and everything. I like being able to wear what I'm wearing and being on the radio, and you know what I'm saying?
And like not have to try
Rob's
really
like,
hard.
I know. And just not having to, not having to work so hard.
Yeah. And like be on, like
Yeah.
super on. I mean, because we're on when we're on the air, but we're not.
We're more relaxed. TV is so high stress.
And you got to worry about like saying things. You know what I mean?
You have to behave like an appropriate adult. Wow.
You have to behave like an appropriate adult.
And that's not fun for anybody.
Right? Who wants that?
I'm very excited for the part of the interview where you talk about me. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was, the
I
only
can't
thing
wait for you to watch
we
that
we had planned. This is when we have like a little dementia. We had literally like 5 minutes before the interview, we're like, Marriott Mock goes, she goes, hey, I should ask you to do Bernie impression.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll totally do Bernie. And then we get out there and we totally forget because the lights start shining on you and you're like, you go into this trance. You go into this like TV trance because the lights are shining on you and you're like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what we just talked about.
So bummed I forgot to do that. But there was like, I don't remember there being an appropriate like something I could segue that into.
Yeah, but there was totally an appropriate time for us to have our own private conversation without Huckabee involved.
Right.
Because us.
And I did not get to tell a joke.